This is why even if your bully is your boss, that documentation matters, because this person is talking about how the president of her company was her biggest bully, and a week before her probation ended, he said she needed to justify why she deserved the job, but she'd been documenting the entire time, and he ended up offering her a job in response for her silence. Power matters, and power has limits. Sometimes people run companies and they change the world for the better. Other times they run companies and they think they are the head of their own little cult that has no responsibility. And that is not true. That's why I research the unwritten rules of work. That's why I'm teaching my course on how to navigate workplace bullying. And that's why Module 2 was completely on documentation, because most people do it wrong. It's too vague. It focuses on the emotion, which I'm for the emotion, okay? But that's not all HR can respond to. You have to know how to document to get these kind of results. And look, earlier in my career, I had no idea how to do this. I would save emails and I would, transcribe wherever possible conversations, but I didn't know how to do this in a way that was effective. And what ended up happening was I ended up job hopping. That ended up working out for me because I was in grad school and I was working. So I needed to change jobs anyway because I became eligible for newer, higher paid jobs because I got a master's and a Ph.D. while I was working. So the skill changes I had were unusual. But if I hadn't already had that going on, it would be exhausting. Not to mention there are drawbacks to leaving a job all the time. Things like your 401k contribution, things like probation period starting over, things like salary and tenure compensations, which, okay, job hopping is usually better for that, but things like benefits, and sometimes organizations offer more paid time off if you've been there for a longer time, at least in the US. So if you want these kind of results, go to my school, it's linked in my bio, and watch the Workplace Bullying course, particularly Module 2. I was joined by special guest and Queen of Petty, Haisa Silva, who is creating the game How to Outsmart Your Toxic Boss, where she uses examples from her own real-life experience combating a workplace bully in the United States. And why that's a big deal is the US doesn't have anti-bullying laws. Winning and turning it into a board game to get back at them. Module 3 goes live tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. British Summer Time. Join us, don't miss it. And if you do, you can watch the recordings, but only if you subscribe.